have a little bit of a chat while we're waiting for everybody. Yeah,
hi, everybody.
Hi.
I'm
Nicola.
back. Yay.
Yeah, we've got Teresa back today. Teresa
see you.
wasn't well from last week, and we just popped on a few minutes for everybody to catch up. We'll start right on time, which is what we always like to do. And we've got a great show for you today. Some very interesting news of a coin that just could go ballistic, has already gone ballistic and could still go ballistic tomorrow at Thanksgiving. So we're going to talk about that. Hey, Kelly, happy Thanksgiving for you too for tomorrow. Welcome back. Kelly's saying welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. And happy Thanksgiving. I'm a Canadian, so we already did our Thanksgiving, but I have so many American friends that I celebrate both. So what the heck?
Yeah, we're having a Thanksgiving lunch tomorrow, but I will have my computer up with my alarms on for all these coins that some could crash and some could pump. So we're going to talk about that today. So yay, it is right hour. We are starting our Conscious Crypto live stream. We're going to do technical analysis of Bitcoin, which we've got the chart in front of us. Actually, you guys like it when I turn that off, right? So we've got more room. Ethereum. And we're going to look at Sand and Crow today because they are two coins that are just going ballistic, and a lot of our crypto ninjas are in there. On the channel, let me just quickly go over to Sand. On the channel a while ago, we said metaverse coins were going to be really cool to get into, and we got in just right here where it first went up. I got in at 55 cents, so I actually got in a little bit earlier. But we started talking about on the channel and in the Discord server, and look, since then we just rolled over the golden ratio. So we're going to be talking about how high that can go. We're going to be talking about Crow and how, even though this has been parabolic, it could still get even more crazier, and why that would be. And also, for those of you coming to this afternoon at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, we've got Learn How to Automate Your Income Using Trading Bots and Advanced Crypto Portfolio Planning. So we're going to outline how you can get access to a plan and strategies and high-level advanced settings for bots this afternoon. So it will be recorded. So if you can't attend live, you'll get the recording. So all you need to do is go over to tradingcryptoninjas.com/bots. Link is in the description, and sign up, and you will also get the details to log in today live if you want to come live, and then to listen to the replay if you want to. So we've got happy holidays, Chaotic Coder. Hey, it's great to have you here, Chaotic Coder. And Raz Nigas, one of our beloved fans. Thank you so much for showing up, guys. Let's get into it. Bitcoin. These dots, we're following the moon phase. We've been talking a lot about the moon phase, and recently one of our Discord server people told us about this one here, moon phases. Somebody's gone and coded it, and this is the full moon at the bottom and the new moon at the top. And what we can see with full moons as we go back is often it is an indication of a trend reversal. We head back up, and then with the new moon, it's a trend reversal yet again, and we can head back down. It's not 100% always the case, but that's one reason why we just might not go lower. And Teresa, you were going to talk about the moving averages. So let me pull that up in a minute. Yeah. But basically what we've got, I mean, even though it's possible we could go down on the daily, this candle here wick down got rejected off of this trajectory heading upwards, suggesting that we've created a higher low, and we've got this triangle, which is debatable. Teresa, would you call, because this is a green candle, would you call this a symmetrical triangle that we've come up into, or that we've come down into?
I would say down into, for sure.
Yeah. Down?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's have a look. Well, and obviously this is a downward trending channel, which breaks to the upside, and the target would be 69,128. But how long we would take to get there, who knows? But let's go down into the weekly, and I'm going to bring in the 21-day moving average for you, Teresa, to chat about that.
So if you look at the Bollinger Bands on this, the lower Bollinger Band here, or is it the middle one? Sorry, no, it's the middle moving average is the 21-week moving average.
Yep.
And then the outer bands are the Bollinger Bands here. So we're looking at the yellow line in the middle. And sorry, are we on the weekly? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? This must be a smooth moving average, though. There's something off on this now that I'm looking at it, because the true 21 moving average would be entirely below the price action. In a bull run, the 21, actually, do you want me to flip open my chart and show it on mine? Hang on. Why don't you go on to the next topic? And
while you set your chart up. Oh, okay.
And I'll pull it up on my chart because I have it as a standard.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So basically what we're looking at is like if we come back down and touch the 21 day moving average on the weekly, we're still in that bullish structure, and we're looking good. But there's something wrong with this chart, so it's not quite accurate. So let me go down into the 4 hour, and I will just talk about what's going on at the lower levels, time frames rather. And let me just turn that off because that is distracting. We are consolidating a little bit here into this triangle. See, it is debatable, you know, what this triangle is, whether we've come into it, because like, what do you call it? A symmetrical triangle is a continuation pattern, depending on how we came into it, as to whether we're going to be continuating to the upside or the downside. And this here could be, this was the highest point of the continuation triangle. So we've come up into it. However, on the higher time frames, it's possible that we could have come down into it. So, you know, we could break up or we could break down, right? So where would the target be if we broke down, worst case scenario? And also time-wise, guys, the pinnacle isn't for till the end of the month. So we could trade sideways within this range till the end of the month without breaking up or down. That is a possibility. And the low point, we don't know where it's going to break out of because this is going upwards. But let's say it breaks up here, which makes sense. We're going to be touching the bottom here at around 50,400 and then come back up again. That's a possibility. And if we break to the upside, if we go sideways here a little bit and then break to the upside, then we would be looking at continuing up to that 69,000 with a bit of a stopover at 63,162. Are you ready to have a look at the weekly?
Yeah, I think I've got it. Oh, it's not displaying right. Sorry, guys, we've got poltergeists here today.
No worries. I'll just, you just let me know. You interject when you're ready.
Okay.
So then what do we do, guys? We bring in our indicators. What can our indicators tell us about where the trend is? Because we do have a little bit of a downward trending action here. But on the 4 hour, we could also put in another triangle here, and we're coming up to breakout point decision time tomorrow, Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving could happen tomorrow. So, and then if we do break to the upside here, we've got a W, down, comes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, which is a bullish pattern, and that could take us back up to this resistance level here, in which case we need to watch to see if it's going to break out to the upside. Now, if we bring in our Ichimoku Cloud on the 1 hour is, for me personally, I've found it to be the most accurate, is trading sideways, which is what I said. We could just be trading sideways within this short range, getting tighter and tighter and tighter, ready to coil up, and watch the volume. If the volume is is starting to decrease and the price action's coiling up, we could have a very volatile movement coming up. So Ichimoku Cloud is looking slightly sort of neutral, really. And then if we brought in our support and resistance lines without putting in the Fibonacci's, we are sitting at a significant support level just above it, right? And we've come down a little bit below it, but we've really not wanted to come down below 55,415. Look at that. That was quite a violent rejection. Right? It just came down, touched it, and came straight back up again. And what have we got for divergences? It was Ethereum I was looking at that was showing a divergence, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I've got it up here now.
You've got it here now?
Okay, great. Okay.
Right, we'll stop sharing, and
Okay.
I need to I need to let you share. There we go.
Okay. For some reason. There we go. It's this line here, okay? The 21-week moving average. So notice I'm looking at the weekly charts. These are the weekly candles. This is one of our most significant support lines in Bitcoin. It almost never drops below this line on the weekly, okay? So we might see a bit of a retracement here. This is also the major support line that we have not crossed in weeks and normally don't cross when we're in a bull run. And notice these two lines are converging right now. So if we see a retracement, and I expect we'll probably go sideways for a little while, we're not likely to go below the low 50s because that would mean the bull run's over, essentially. And you always be wanting to be watching. If I zoom out here, you'll see
like ascending triangle on the weekly.
This support line has not been breached since March 1920. Okay. So I would anticipate now that support line and the 21-week moving average is significantly moving up in the market, right? Like we've dipped below the 21-week in the periods of major retracement. But as long as we're still bullish overall, we just tend to not go below that line. So those are two important points. Oh, do you want me to zoom back in?
Can you go back out and zoom in?
Yeah.
If you go back and just zoom in a bit and then just expand it so we can see, that's an ascending triangle on the weekly, which is a bullish pattern. And and if you just like, that's talking to us about, if you go all the way down to the pinnacle, that's telling us that December is the breakout month, right? Towards the middle.
Quite probably. Yeah. Quite probably. So I always like to zoom out to this weekly at least every few days, because I always want to remind myself, where are these major support lines in the market? And we've almost retraced to one of them. We might not come all the way back to it, but it's possible we could see more retracement back down to both of these lines, because both of these are really significant to pay attention to. So I actually have an indicator, and I apologize. I was trying to get it thicker so you could see it better, and I fussed with it and couldn't get it thicker. So sorry, guys. But I always have this one as a unique indicator on my weekly chart, because I don't want to forget to look at it, because it's such a major market structure. Okay. And it's something we normally bounce off of as long as the market remains bullish.
Yeah. And Chris from MMCrypto came to our Conscious Crypto event online that we did, and he actually gave us his strategy for trading this. So if you haven't got the replay videos and you didn't come to the event, the link for that is below. And if you're wanting to look at the, the legendary trader actually demonstrate his strategy and his technique using this moving day average, you can get hold of that by purchasing and registering for the replays. And there's over 3 days worth of like incredible material, learning, strategy planning, coins to watch, and also trading strategies for you, tax strategies as well. It's just tremendous value that you want to get hold of. And Chris's contribution is just one of many really awesome things. And he does not share that on his YouTube channel. So you can only get it recorded in our replay.
Yeah, and that 21-week moving average is a major part of his strategy for how he trades. So
yeah, it's the center of his strategy. Hey, if you're loving what we're saying, even if you don't like what we're saying, but you're loving the information, we'd like for you to like this so that can help us out, grow the channel, and also push the videos out to you when we upload. We are a tutorial channel. We're teaching technical analysis and charting, scenario trading strategies. So you can get videos that we upload every day, and we go live every Wednesday. So if you're new to the channel, we would love your subscription. We'd love for you to be part of our community. Just hit subscribe, click the bell, click all, and you'll get notified when we're uploading. So the bottom line for Bitcoin is that we've got two triangles that aren't going to break out anytime soon, as in within the next hour, without some, major thing happening, maybe a crash in the stock market or some positive news that pushes us up in the other direction. We've got possibly another day to go of this sideways action. And actually, I would call this a W, and I would be watching this, right? I would be watching that.
Yeah. The one thing about W's is they're a lot more reliable when the bottom of the left part of the W is lower than the bottom of the right W.
Yeah, this is
so this is kind of a weak W.
Yeah.
So my gut is saying we're probably in for more sideways action as opposed to this breaking out.
Yeah. And the Ichimoku Cloud is confirming sideways action as well. So if you're wanting daily TA on Bitcoin, you want to join our Discord server. I'm posting every day and a few times during the day the price action of what's happening there. And we've got a really great community forming. All you need to do is just go to Discord and then type in Conscious Crypto, and you will find our channel that way. There is a link below, but often it doesn't work. So that is something really weird going on there with that. So bottom line, Bitcoin waiting, seeing what's happened, got another day of some sideways action potentially without some kind of major news. Okay, let's have a look at Ethereum. And like Teresa, a while ago, we did a live stream and we talked about Ethereum starting to lead the pack. And more often than not, Ethereum is looking more bullish than Bitcoin ahead of time. And if we have a look at the structure for Ethereum on the 1 hour, obviously we broke down, didn't quite get out of this downward channel, rather we broke up, and we didn't quite get to the target. We fell short without coming back down again. And in Discord this morning on this red candle here, I said this could be a bull flag. However, if we keep trading sideways, the bull flag should have broken out about there. We didn't. We kept trading sideways, and I said, watch for a sudden drop in the price here, because when we go sideways too often, this can become a Bart Simpson, and we can see a sudden drop. And we did. We got the sudden drop, and then we touched the trajectory of this support line here to create a higher low. So I think this is feeling more bullish to me than Bitcoin is, even though we've just taken this drop, right?
Yeah, I'd agree. And we were talking about this a lot on the last call that I was on, which was 2 weeks ago. Anytime a flag or a pennant is moving sideways too long, the probability that it's going down versus up increases exponentially. So that's always just something to watch about, especially like in that case, that was kind of a weak pennant. Like it's not a real pretty pennant, which suggests that the original momentum was running out, right? Yeah. So the odds of it correcting and come back around are a lot greater than if it was a really nice solid pennant with a nice slight downward angle, right? So anytime a pattern isn't looking nice, neat and tidy, you've got to be a little more suspect of it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. And it was like that this could possibly have been a head and shoulders here forming, right? But it didn't quite get there, and it was a bit iffy. So now where we're at on the 1 hour for Ethereum is we have a bullish divergence here. We've got a lower low here on the RSI, but we've got a higher low here on the price action. I didn't check to see if there were divergences for Bitcoin, so I'll go back to that in just a minute. And this could be a triangle continuation triangle. And if we do fulfill that bullish divergence and we do break to the upside, it's going to get us up out of this zone, and that's going to take us to 4339. But see this line here and this line here in the green in the middle, that has been a sideways action trading zone that we've been in for a while, and we peak over the top of it a few times here, and then we fall back down into it. So that's what that is. So I'm just putting that there as a zone resistance. So we haven't flipped 4253 or around that as support yet. So that's what we want to be looking out for. As far as putting trades in, if you're not already in trades from our cheeky buy orders that we have in our Ninjas Discord community, I would be being very, very cautious, and I would be waiting for confirmed breakouts and confirmed volume. I definitely wouldn't be shorting, because none of the shorts have been playing out in terms of reaching their targets. I would be just waiting for a really good entry point for a long that you could hold through the pump, and I'm not seeing that right now. We've got at least 2 more hours before we could potentially break out of this configuration, and obviously we've got to look at the downside, because if we do break to the downside from that triangle and go down to 4117, that is a possibility. Let's have a look. If we extend that line there, usually when you break out of a descending wedge, you come up and come back down and retest the previous resistance and support and bounce off of it. So is this the bounce, right? Or do we go lower? That's the key there. But with this bullish divergence, it's quite possible that that's not going to play out. So we just need to watch that. Also, whenever we get a Bart Simpson, quite often we get a little bit of consolidation, or we bounce back and head to the upside a little bit more. Somebody's asked about Link. I can definitely, hey, thanks, Daniel. Daniel says, excellent TA. I will look at Link totally for you. But what I want to talk about is Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving in America. It's a beautiful celebration on the one hand, and a little bit of a sorry tale on the other of the pain that was caused right at that time. But nevertheless, it is a day in America where families are together chatting about what's going on, and you can bet your bottom dollar that after a nationwide advertising campaign by Crypto.com, CRO is their coin, and also especially in California, and for Lakers fans, they're going to be discussing over turkey and cranberry sauce that the Staples Center, the very famous Staples Arena, is going to, which is the home of the Lakers, is going to be renamed Crypto.com the day after Christmas. Yeah, or the day of Christmas. It's the 25th of December, I think it takes place, right?
So I think the price hikes we're already seeing in CRO are a good example of buy the rumor.
Buy the rumor, sell
right?
the news.
Like people have been seeing this rumor, right? Crypto.com is going to go big. Of course, their coin, CRO, is the thing that's going to leap when that happens.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Buy the rumor, sell the news, and we will definitely see. I think there's a new moon somewhere near there, 21st or what have you. And new moons usually indicate the top out of a market and heading towards a crash. So it's timed for definitely sell the news, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. But here's the rumor. It's just gone up and up and up without a major retracement on the daily. And the most important thing I want you to see is this Fibonacci level here at the 0.85. We've now above it on this daily candle, which means there's very little resistance heading up towards the golden ratio at around $1.34, $1.35. And that could actually reach it tomorrow or Friday. Like we could keep going up without a retracement, just because of the strong fundamentals that are going on for this coin. Matt Damon is an ad, you know, it's like the future favors the brave ad of Matt Damon, and then it's got crypto.com, the Lakers, right? And also they're adding NFTs to their platform. They've done a huge, what would you call it, a transformation and expansion of their platform. They've added trading derivatives, they've added spot trading ability. So it's gone from being an app on a phone to being kind of like this all-in-one universe in the crypto space. So let's have a look at this. If you were wanting to get in, I watched a video last night and a guy said, get in as much as you can under $1, because this thing could go to $12, it could go to $20, which is still a huge increase in value, even though it has sprung from 35 cents up to 99 cents in the matter of a week and a half, 2 weeks, right? No, not even 7 days, maybe a week.
Yeah.
So when we retrace, when we've had these big surges, when we retrace, we often retrace back to the first golden ratio here at around 54.6, but that might not happen in this instance. It might only come back down to 67.8. And here's the deal. Look at this. And this is, we said this last week, no, the week before, Teresa. Don't ever short the RSI or long the RSI alone without looking at other indicators, because people would have tried to have short this for the long haul, and we've just been going up. Yes, you could have scalped that for sure if you caught it in time and you got out for the bounce, and you could have scalped that. But you need to be really smart in your trading skills to scalp. Usually for new beginners, you just really want to trade the patterns and the swings. But the RSI has been traveling in overbought territory for quite some time here without correction, and we might not get that happening. It looks like it's starting to top off now at around 96 cents, but we shall see. You know, it could come back down here, and we will look at that. But I just wanted to point that out, because if you want to get into DeFi, you know, CRO has a bright future. You want to do some research on that. Anything you want to say about CRO other than thank you?
Yeah, really. Thank you for telling me to buy CRO a year ago, Nicola. But yeah, this is a good one. If we do see a lot of heat after all these announcements, etc., we could see a blow off top in CRO, right? Yeah. That doesn't mean it's coming all the way back down. But again, you know, we have videos on how to trade market dumping and how to trade a blow off top. It'd be good to go watch those, because those are opportunities to make great money and really accumulate a lot of coin. Because if you trade them effectively, you can sell the top and buy the retracement and actually add significant amounts of that coin to your portfolio. So just, you know, keep that in mind.
Yeah, exactly. So the other one that we started talking about 5 or 6 weeks ago, we started saying that you should be preparing for the end of your bull cycle, whether it's going to happen in December, January, February, or March. Somewhere in there is everything that's been going on in the conversation about where we're going to top out. You want to be putting in the coins that you're not selling. You're going to hodl and you're going to stake for the next 4-year cycle, and you won't touch it. You want to be having those in their platforms now and having the rest on spot trading accounts, or and then whatever you've got for trading on trading accounts, and split them up. So this might be a nice time to talk about risk management, Teresa, before we talk about sand, and we will talk about Link. And if we've got time, we'll look at other coins that you place in the chat here.
Okay. I just want to have a conversation with you guys about risk management, okay? Because there's 4 things you always want to be thinking about with risk management. My first point of advice would be, if you're newer to trading, simply do not use leverage, okay? I know some of you are going to ignore me on that. So if that's the case, go watch my video on why lower leverage makes you more money. Because if you are using leverage, you want to use the lowest leverage possible. I promise you, you'll actually make more money when you do. And if you don't believe me, go watch that video. Okay. The second thing is, risk management is always about the math, right? You always want to be using percentages and know the percentages in your account, right? So point number 2 would be, I would highly recommend you run some kind of rebalancing strategy on your portfolio on an ongoing basis. Okay. And a rebalancing strategy just looks like, if you've got 4 coins, I'll say 4 for the purpose of simplicity. Let's say you had Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Sand, right? You want to choose in advance what % of your portfolio you want each of those to be. And when anyone spikes too much, that one would get sold and buy the others. What that means is you will always be selling high and buying low on an ongoing basis. Okay. That's really important to risk management, because we can't always guess when the tops of the market and where the bottoms of the market are, right? So I highly recommend you do that. Some exchanges will even do it for you. For example, KuCoin has a bot that if you set up the bot, even if it's on your HODL coins, you can have the bot rebalance your portfolio at periodic intervals or at specified percentages. Like if it goes out of whack more than X percent, it will rebalance your portfolio. Okay. Third point is, when you are trading, always do a set percentage of that coin on any trade. Okay. Seasoned traders usually use 5% or 2.5%. I highly recommend 2.5%. Because that way, if the trade goes sideways, you've only lost 2.5% of your portfolio. And as long as you win 2 out of every 3 trades, and you're only doing 2.5%, you will make great money and good money over time. Seasoned traders do not do more than that. Okay. Now, inside that point, most traders also have a definition of what they consider all in as a percentage. Okay, so when you hear a trader saying, I went all in, they don't mean they bet 100% of that coin. They mean they bet their definition of what all in means. Okay.
40% around.
Which, yeah. So usually never more than 40% of the coin. So for some traders, it's 25%, 20%, etc. Okay. For me, it's 25% of any coin means all in. So if I'm super confident in a trade, I'll go up to 25% of that specific coin in my portfolio into the trade. And by that, I mean the amount you risk. Okay. Now, if you need to understand more about how to establish how much you're risking, go watch the risk management and stop loss playlist that we created, because there's a stop loss leverage calculator in there that you can use to help you know that you're risking the exact same amount every time. Okay. 4th point on risk management is educate. This is the step most traders miss when they're newer. They just watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I highly, highly recommend that you actually sign up, pay money, and take some kind of course. For example, buy the replays of our Conscious Crypto event. Okay. You need to be investing in yourself to manage your risk. I invest thousands of dollars in my education every year. I've actually ran a calculation 5 or 6 years ago, and at this point, I've invested $750,000 in my own education. Wow. I'm from Canada, so that's actually a really reasonably small number relative to what most Americans. Oh, not $750,000. Sorry, 2 million and 3/4. So 2,750,000 actually is what the number was. Sorry, that's my dyslexia giving you the wrong number. Most Americans, that number would be a lot higher if you threw in your university tuition. In Canada, university tuition is a pittance, right? But invest in your education. Okay, there is no university you can go to learn trading. You need to actually be taking courses and spending money, because that's actually what's going to get you into that upper 1%.
That's it, the 4 bits. There we go. Yep. You white guys, I'm going to leave that up. I'm going to leave that up there for you to screenshot. Let me just come back in here and put that in there. So there we go. You can screenshot that. Awesome. Great. So let's look at Sand, and then let's look at Link. And remember, because we talked a bit about bots in there, and we also talked about investing in education, we're going to be presenting a plan and a strategy for bot trading to automate your income, which is part of risk management, because the other aspect of risk management is splitting up your portfolio and having some as your hodl, some as your spot trading, some as your leverage trading, and then some for, you know, like if you've got a lot of profit, you can take some of that profit and then get a bit more speculative about it, like getting your lottery coins like Panda Inu and Shiba Inu and so on. And also looking at how you can build passive income using bots. And we're going to be talking about the best type of bots to get and about a plan and a strategy to put all that together so that you've got your automation. And when you have an automated income coming in that might not be as much as the big swing trades you can do on your own, but it's ticking away and it's building cash flow and it's rebalancing your portfolio and it's building wealth, that gives you a certain amount of security in your body and more confidence to, you know, to take good risk management in your other part of your trading portfolio. The link for that is below. I'm going to ask you how or what I want for Christmas. Oh yeah, great. That's cool. Right, let's look at Sand and then let's look at Link. So Sand is the coin that won't retrace. And boo-hoo me, I sold on this red candle thinking that it was the price was going to come all the way back down to the golden ratio, because that's what I've been taught. When we have a retracement, that's often the place that we come back to. And I was out and about having fun in my life doing something and I had a buy order in here and I missed the bounce here and I didn't get back in. Luckily, I had only sold half my sand and I didn't sell all of it. And so I'm still in the game, but I sold half. And now what I've had to do is buy a coin that's moving, you know, just to keep that moving. But this is a huge alarm bell for me that we're just going up without having any level of correction. So if we come down into the 4 hour, and this is because the Sandbox is a metaverse coin similar to CRO in that it has great fundamentals. People are getting to know it. People are really getting into metaverse coins. And we had said way back when, 6 weeks ago, maybe 8 weeks ago, when we get to the end of the bull cycle, it's going to get increased potentially with an altcoin season of the lower cap altcoins that will take off after Bitcoin and after the Bitcoin and Ethereum crash. We'll see that extension. So you're going to see money flow out of Bitcoin and Ethereum into the lower cap coins, and then into NFTs and metaverse coins to extend the period of profit that you can have, because their bull cycle ends a little bit later. So we had said in the Discord community, when he said it in Ninjas, that some of the really good metaverse coins to get would be Mana, Sand or Sandbox, which is what we're looking at now, Engine and EFI, and all of them have done really well. I mean, Engine's gone up 80% on the right-hand side here. EFI's gone up 6% today, but done really well anyway. But Sand is outperforming. Right, you would have thought Mana would be outperforming because it's Decentraland and it's got Christie's on there, but I think Snoop Dogg's in the Sandbox. Correct me if I'm wrong there. So I don't know if that's making a difference here, but this is huge without a correction. So we got to have a correction soon. But guess what? I said that here, and then I said it here. And then I said it here. We got to be having a correction soon. We got to be having a correction soon. We haven't had it yet. And you said something before we got on, Teresa, about the perils of these new coins that don't have history, right?
Like we could be heading for a blow off top here, and we might not have seen anywhere near the top of this yet. The peril of pattern trading on any of these newer altcoins is they don't have the market cap to perform predictably. Right. So there's a lot of perils of like trying to read the patterns and thinking you know what the coin's going to do, because they just don't necessarily follow the patterns. They're too small. There's just not enough volume in there for the patterns to play out. So always keep that in mind when you're trading altcoins, especially if you're trading these, what I would call the lottery ticket coins, right? The ones that we bought a few $100s worth of, a number of them, because they looked like their fundamentals were pretty good. But you just never know. When you're in those group of coins, just, I wouldn't be trading the patterns, but I'd be paying attention to them,
Yeah, yeah. So here, look at the Ichimoku. The Ichimoku, we're green, we're way above it and have been above it for a while. And we still have a sharp incline here showing that there is no sign of slowing down. I keep looking for bearish divergences and I'm not finding them. Like, in fact, it's like, just keep looking at the RSI. But we've been bouncing around in overbought territory without having a massive correction. I mean, even here, where the RSI came plunging down, we literally only came down by a small percentage. We did not come down by much at all without bouncing back up again and pretty much like stepping our way up. And this, to me, this is looking very much like a blow off top for XRP, because when XRP steps up towards the end of its parabolic run, which we've yet to see yet, the step gets thinner. Look at that. Yeah. So we see how this is it's a wide step, then it's a shorter step, and then it's an even shorter step. Mm-hmm. Right? So I would say that we are heading to that blow off top. Now, if you're not in this coin and you really wanted to get into this coin, where the heck is it going to come back down to? Because as Teresa said, these coins don't behave according to traditional technical analysis. So, like here I got it. Oopsie. Let me just get this out of the way. Normally you would think, oh, we're going to come back to at least the golden ratio at $5.31. But we didn't do that here when we corrected here. So I would just get your Fibonacci levels in and, get some dollar cost averaging buy orders in if you were wanting to do this. The one thing I do want to point out, though, on the 4 hour is this flattening out right here, this straightening out on the Ichimoku. This is not technical. This has nothing to do with anything that anybody ever teaches about the Ichimoku Cloud. However, in my personal experience, just by watching it, whenever we get these straight edges in the Ichimoku, here's another one here, there's another straight edge there, we often see sudden movements in either direction. So I would just be watching out for, a potential crash during those moments, and even a potential, move to the upside. Although, I don't know, Teresa, I think we're getting exhausted with how successful this coin is, right?
Yeah, but congratulations to those of you who did buy it at 55 cents when Nicola first told you to, because that was a great little lottery ticket. And I think it's going to continue to be. For those of you who want to get in at this point, sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and do it and know that it might retrace and you might lose a crap load of value on that coin, but then just hodl it, hodl it until the price comes back around.
Or dollar cost average down.
So that's just a personal, a personal choice you got to make. If you do go in at this point, though, I'd only buy a little bit and then dollar cost average in if it does retrace.
Because according to the current trajectory, which could change, we could hit $10 around the 4th of January, or maybe even $12. Right. And there is some talk now that it's performed so well that we could, like, if Bitcoin gets to its level that everybody's predicting of at least 150,000, then that would bring the rest of the market up to this Fibonacci level. So it could even go to $16, maybe even $20. Mm-hmm. So there are better coins out there that are going to give you a greater return. But what I'm looking at with the metaverse coins is an extended bull cycle, which might not even perform like the bear cycles that we've had before, simply because of the tremendous amount of use case and the fact that, like, there's no bear cycle in gaming. It's only increasing. There's no bear cycle in NFTs or in metaverse, buying and selling land or playing games on the metaverse and what have you, the virtual realities in there, there's no cycle in that yet. Like there may be a cycle created, but there isn't one. So this could be a way of flowing your profits into really well chosen coins. And again, not financial advice. You've got to do your own research, obviously. But this is what a lot of analysts are saying. Money could flow here, which means that one, we get an extended bull cycle, and two, we might not get a really big bear cycle in these coins at all. They may behave completely differently from the rest of the altcoins in the market. So somebody wanted us to look at Link, which I don't have, so I need to bring this up. Yeah, it's about time Link kind of did something, right? Let me go to get rid of the Ichimoku and just see what we've got here. Okay, so it looks like we have been trading. Let me just take it from here to there. Trading sideways within a very wide range, right? From $21 to $38 at the top there.
Yeah. You've got some divergences on the RSI too. It looks like the bearish divergence in the highs is already playing out, but there's also a bullish divergence in the lows. If you look, we've got, I'm looking at, go back to the lowest trough on the left. That would be, yeah, right there. Do you see from that point to the next low?
Yeah, but there's an even one here.
Well, see, there's always a risk in calling something a divergence when you don't know if the RSI is at the bottom yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So I generally don't chart to the nearest point that the RSI in, but that right there would be a bullish divergence. So I think we're probably about to see a retracement.
Yeah.
Would be my gut.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said that wrong. I apologize, guys. My brain's not working.
Turnaround.
A turnaround is what I meant to say. My dyslexia is really high because I've been not eating all week because of the flu I had.
Yeah. And look, here's the flattening out of the Ichimoku Cloud. Ichimoku Cloud is green, but we're in it, which means that we could be heading in towards resistance. So I would be watching this level to see. I'm not seeing, let's have a look on the 4 hour and see if we've got a pattern. One of the things about divergences on the daily is that they can take days to play out. Right. Yeah. So you want to be looking at the divergences on the smaller time frames to see if that's something that's going to play out soon. Let me just get rid of that to just make it easier to read. And what have we got on the, get rid of that. We got any channels here that we can look at? Okay, so this is a bullish pattern, even though we've got lower lows and lower highs, but eventually, more often than not, this will turn around and head to the upside, and we've found some support here. Obviously, if we break through this support at about $25.60, it's possible we could come all the way back down to $21.57, maybe even a little lower, because remember, this is the support level which we've not gone below for several months now, having created a really strong support level.
Yeah, the DDBAM looks like we could have a turnaround coming up on the daily, but we might not be there yet.
Yeah.
So this would be a wait and see for me.
Yeah. And Thanksgiving is unpredictable, Teresa. I don't know if you remember Thanksgiving last year, that it can be unpredictable. And there was talk this morning, I watched Crypto Banter this morning, there's talk this morning, a number of other analysts saying this is altcoin season, and we've been talking about Moonvember. And certainly we're seeing moons happen with some of the altcoins, but not Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah, it's
So
like we suddenly got altcoin season instead of
we've got
instead of
altcoin
November.
season. We
Yeah.
definitely have, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that Bitcoin has yet to have its day, because we haven't had a month where it has gone crazy above 40%, I think. And usually in a bull cycle, we can go 400%, 60%, right? 70%. We've not had one of those months in the whole year and a bit that we have been in this bull run. So we've yet to see fireworks from Bitcoin. The fireworks are coming from all the new innovations in DeFi and Metaverse. So no more questions. That's really awesome. Love for you to like the video if you have really enjoyed our live stream today and you've got value from it. That appreciate that greatly. That also helps YouTube know that we are a channel that has quality and we're pumping out quality, and then they can bump us up in the rankings and push our videos out to more people. And if you're new to the channel, we are a tutorial channel. Remember, we're always teaching different aspects of trading in cryptocurrency. So we would love for you to subscribe, hit the bell and click all, and be part of our community. Remember, we've got our bot trading this afternoon at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern. It is recorded, so if you sign up, you will get sent the recording. And watch Crow tomorrow during Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that'll be the one to watch. Yeah.
Awesome. And until we meet again, guys.
Trade consciously.
See you later. Bye.